Tom, Austin Pascucci's first fight was against Josh Donahue in Casa Grande.
On my right, in the red corner, is 5'6" tall. Can I have the mic up there just a tad, please?
Austin Pascucci looks in great shape.
153 pounds. He's a freestyle fighter out of Flagstaff, Arizona, and is sponsored by Extreme Australia. Please welcome Austin, the Punisher, Pascucci. His opponent on my left in the blue corner is 5'7" tall, 158 pounds. A freestyle fighter out of Sierra Vista, where he fights in AARKS. Please put it together for Joe Soha! Our third man in the cage, once again this year, is Mr. Mark Sr.
All right, Sonny, here we go. We're about ready to get going here. Mark Sr. out there is our referee out there.
Are you ready?
So, Sonny, you trained with this Austin guy. Tell me a little bit more about him. What do you think?
Austin Pascucci, incredible cardio, incredible speed, incredible power. He's going to take Joe Stogach in the second round.
Outstanding predictions by the tax man. Let me tell you, if I had a tax man like you, I'd kick his ass. That's what I tell you.
Well, look how calm Austin is in there. Look how much more poise he has than in this first fight. He's not.
There he goes. He's going to shoot it. You think he's going to? You think he has skills on the ground that he can come out with?
Well, I knew he would engage to the body lock and take it to the ground. Now watch Austin to relax here and just work for position and wear him down.
Right, but Joe here, he seems to be. He's in Joe's guard, and Joe seems to be able to handle him there well in his guard position.
Joe thinks he's working for submissions. Austin's looking to pass some time. Austin's looking to relax.
Going for the guillotine. He's got the leg hooked in. Let's see what he's got.
I could be wrong. Austin looking to finish the fight. I thought Austin was going to let this go into the second round to finish it there.
Well, that's why we have these fights, Sonny, because we can't ever depend on what they say on paper and what they might do. You have to go out there and do this. You never know. Each fighter, you're going to fight differently.
Austin is unbelievably strong under 150 pounds. His speed is incredible. Is Austin tired right now? He's not even breathing. He's in such good shape.
That's true, Sonny, but you know what? He just got out of that guillotine. Joe's coming up on it in his guard now. We'll see what Austin has with his guard there.
Look at Austin moving his hips out already, getting position. He's got an open guard. Now, he's already shooting the arm bar.
Looks like he's going for the arm bar there.
This guy's already
Gets the head around. He's got the arm bar in there. Elbows low. He's got his hands locked out. Now, can he break the lock? That's all we really need to know.
Austin Pascucci is a training partner of Roscoe McClenathan, who pulls these arm bars out with quickness.
Now, for those of you that don't know, what he's trying to do there is a reverse arm bar. It goes up underneath. It's called an inverted arm bar or reverse arm bar, where he's actually on top of the opponent instead of underneath him.
Right now, Joe Stogach is in a lot of trouble. Austin Pascucci is in
look
control.
Like he's in so much trouble now. He's cleared it. But he could be going into a triangle. Yep, he's going to pull that arm across. He needs to pull that arm across, just like that. Pull the head down, and he probably won't last long here, unless he's just got a lot of tenacity, a real thick neck. Look like he might even be going out there quick.
Austin Pascucci is going to win this fight with the triangle choke.
There he goes. It looked like he passed out. Yep, he went out cold. Mark Sr.'s there, taking care of him. You see his eyes coming back, the blood come back into the head, and he'll be all right. But that's a heck of a thing when you all of a sudden you're in a fight. Next thing you know, you're waking up and everybody's cheering, and you don't know what happened.
Well, I'm not going to lie to you. My lights have gone out against this guy in the gym. He has a tight triangle. His submissions are quick. They're very, very technical. Austin Pascucci's here. He's arrived. Look for him to go on a win streak.
Outstanding. Now for the score.
2 minutes, 26 seconds in the first round. Your winner by submission triangle, Austin, the Punisher, Pascucci!
Look for Austin Pascucci to go pro within a couple months.
And now we have Katrina out there with the post-fight interview.
At that triangle there, have you anticipated finishing out this fight tonight?
Not at all. I said I
Push it.
He was strong. I took him to the ground and so I needed to be a little bit sealed.
Great, you did a great job. Thank you so much.
like to thank Hooters for their help in tonight's event.
But I tell you, Tom Roden, I'm not taking anything away from Shane Croy. This kid's young, strong, in great shape, and maybe better cardiovascular shape than Roscoe McClanahan. If it goes into the third round,
tape with Rick
He
Ruiz.
is 5'11" and 1/2 inches. He went in today at 166 pounds. He's a freestyle fighter. Please welcome Shane Kentucky Croy. His opponent on my left is 5'5" inches tall, 151 pounds. A freestyle fighter out of Mesa, Arizona, where he trains at the Brahuza Academy. Please welcome Roscoe, the Irish lad, McClellan. Our third man in the cage, as always, is Mr. Mark Sr.
All right, here we go with Roscoe McClellan and Shane Croy. Shane, a high school student from Corona High School. Let's see how he does out there. This is his first fight out there, and you just did your first fight not too long ago. Tell me how you felt out there.
well, you can't see straight. Everything's blurry. Right now, Roscoe can see perfectly. Shane, it's all a blur right now.
Would you say this is a shark and goldfish match here?
Right now it is. Roscoe in his almost his 10th fight.
Shane goes out there to attack. He wasn't holding nothing back. But the experienced fighter, and you know, that looks really fantastic out there, but you know, really the body slams like that, they really don't do a whole lot against your opponent, do they?
Well, they're like flash knockdowns. They happen real fast, Tom, but they really don't seem to affect you long term. It's more of a shock than anything, and you get
Here
over it.
goes Roscoe, he's going for he's got the full amount now, and that's the experience there. And you can tell that Shane just doesn't have the experience to get up and get going with that.
It's not going to end here, Tom.
Here comes the hands.
Look for Shane to get out. Look for Shane to get
He needs to
out.
work on the elbow escape there, and he needs a little bit of practice there. Going for that arm bar. Okay, and it's a tap out. And as you can see, Shane's a little bit disappointed, but you know what? Going up against a seasoned veteran like Roscoe McClellan, you know, what else can you expect? But you know what? Now he's got the butterflies done. Do you think this kid has the heart to come back and do it again?
Tom, without a doubt, this kid Shane Croy will be back. He will fight again, and he will win.
And the score here.
Submission armbar, Roscoe, the Irish lad, McClellan.
And the sportsmanship there.
Ladies and
synonymous with this sport here. And here's Katrina.
Take this like and so quickly that
No, I didn't know what to say. He was looking for me, so I didn't change my game plan. I thought it was nice and else.
Let's hear for our experienced veteran Roscoe McClellan.
Oh yeah, good job.
Well, Tom, if Jesse Barrett doesn't finish this fight very quickly, Ben Flavely is going to wrap him up like a pretzel.
Well, okay, you train with Ben a lot over there at the Bruce Academy. Well, let's listen to the teletape here from Rick Ruiz.
He's 6 feet tall, 176 pounds. He's a practitioner of jiu-jitsu at ACMMA out of Glendale, Arizona, and has a record of 1 win and no losses. Please welcome Jesse Barrett. His opponent on my left is 6'3" inches tall, 174 pounds. Making his debut in the octagon tonight, he's a practitioner of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and Muay Thai out of Scottsdale, Arizona at the Brahuza Academy. Please put your hands together for Benjamin Bailey! Third man in the cage again is Mr. Mark Sr.
Now, this is Ben's first fight out there, but like you said, he looks a lot skinnier than Jesse, but you know what? He's got a lot of skills on the ground, from what I understand. I've seen him train a little bit. I haven't got to work with him a whole lot. But here we go, the touch of gloves, show of respect.
Tom, Jesse Barrett's going to bring the fight out with a lot of aggression and strength.
He took
a lot of striking. Ben, body lock.
Going to a lot of knees. It looks like Ben's taking a lot of punishment to the midsection there.
Yeah, Ben needs to weather the storm, get this fight to the ground. Look for Ben, already going for a submission.
Yeah, and here comes that slam. Here comes the slam.
Look at Ben going for submission. I told you. Ben will pull out a submission if he can get this guy tired.
Oh, but you know what? Jesse's got a lot of skills there, and he's got the side control there. It looks like he's probably going to step over and even go for a...
Ben trains this escape every day. Don't worry about Ben.
Oh, and he's going for the arm. Looks like he's going to go up for an arm bar. He's got the full mount. It looks like Ben's struggling here a little bit. There's a little bit of cage fight nerves in here.
Well, Ben is out of his element. We certainly don't train like this.
Well, you know, but that's what you got to do when you come in here to fight. You got to train to go out there and do it all. And I think Mark Sr.'s probably going to stop this fight soon. Ben's taking a lot of punishment there.
Well, Ben needs to use some experience and get out of trouble. He needs to get off the bottom.
Right. You can tell how he uses his jiu-jitsu. He balls up. He tries to keep him out of there. But you know what? I think Jesse has too much power, too much speed, and certainly enough jiu-jitsu to do what he wants with his overcoming the power.
Well, give Ben some time to gather himself here, Tom. Jesse definitely has him outpowered, that's for sure.
Yeah, and Mark Sr.'s going to stop this fight if Ben doesn't get out there and at least try to defend himself, try to strike back a little bit.
Well, rear naked control isn't exactly...
He's got the hooks in, but he's got that elbow in there.
That's not exactly
pretty good.
That's not the best place to be right now for Ben Favely.
Oh, absolutely not. That's kind of like the worst position to be in almost.
Look for Ben to move the hips or the shoulders and spin out.
Work the ankles again, lock it up.
Right.
Things are slowing down now. This is Ben's game.
Good job,
Yep, here we go.
Going for the armbar. Got the triangle.
John's table.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, look for Ben Favely to make a reversal on this triangle choke. Ben knows how to get out of this position. We've drilled it many times.
Get out inside now. He's wasting his energy. Strike it.
Tom, we may have time ready to expire. Ben may be saved by the bell.
10 seconds to go.
Ben,
What we can get done here.
Ben's going to get saved by the bell and go to the second round.
Yeah, oh, no, he's going for an armbar, and he's bloody. Oh, my goodness. Did he get saved by the bell? But he looks pretty bloody. I don't know if he'll be able to continue or not.
Well, Ben Favely is a champion, and he's...
Hold on, I got to go take care of some administrative...
To announce round number 2.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're getting ready for the second round. Ben Favely taking a lot of damage and punishment. Let's see if the doctors will let him answer the bell for the second round. But believe me, he wants to get back in there and fight. Ben might be able to pull this fight out. He is certainly behind on the scorecard. He's taken more damage. He's only had a couple submission attempts. Joe Stojak pretty much in clear control of the fight. Look for Joe Stojak to come out on fire and finish Ben. But look for Ben to try to neutralize that and get it to the ground and go for submissions. Having some technical difficulties with the cage. Second round ready to begin.
All right, here we go, round 2.
All right, round 2 here. What do you think here? Ben looks like he's in a little bit of trouble out there.
Ben's taking a lot of damage.
Oh. But you know, you got to give it to him. He's fighting a guy that's much bigger than him. He's out there, and he's still not going to quit. You know, as much punishment as he's taken through this fight, he's not going to quit.
Well, wait a minute here. Ben in the top position. Look for Ben to neutralize the submissions this time. Ben is not going to give away easy submissions.
Going for it, isn't he?
Yeah, Ben will not give away an easy submission here.
Looks like he might be getting sunk up into a triangle here.
Well, back to the armbar. This isn't good.
Oh, he got the armbar. Now we're going to go up here. Taxman, take it away.
Tom, that was as good of a throwdown as I've seen in a long time. Ben Favely, not known for aggression, certainly went out there and tried to take the fight to Joe Stojak. But Joe Stojak tonight, just too much to handle. Joe Stojak on a 2-fight win streak. Probably's got another big fight coming up. Look for good things to come from Joe Stojak. This kid's been training hard, obviously.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Thanks, man.
Thank you. We're out of town and working hard.
Ladies and gentlemen, for our next bout, that is Aaron and Sheena from Hooters Eastside. As they arrive. And now for the principals of this bout. On my right, in the red corner, is 6 feet tall, 191 pounds. He has a record of 2 wins and no losses. He's a practitioner of Muay Thai out of Mesa, Arizona, where he fights at the Brahuza Academy. He is Daniel Damian Jones. His opponent on my left in the blue corner is 5'10" inches tall, 203 pounds. He's sponsored by Warning Label Fight Gear, and he practices out of Phoenix, Arizona, the American Mixed Martial Arts Center. Please welcome Joe Martinez! Third man in the cage again is Mr. Barnes, Sr.
Tom Roden, Joe Martinez training with Dustin Michelle at American Martial Arts Center. You know he's well-rounded. You know he can do Muay Thai, stand-up jiu-jitsu. You know he can go everywhere the fight's going to go.
Here we go. 2 inexperienced fighters. Oh, bringing out some stuff. Well, Daniel Jones. Looks like he's got some excellent stand-up skills there. Let's see what he can do on the ground. Now, this young Joe here, he's from the Grapple Girl School, and she's great on the ground, so let's see what he's learned.
Well, maybe this guy's new, but he trains with Nick Hendricks, so you know he's going to have a lot of tricks on the ground. Anybody of a training partner of Nick Hendrick is going to have a lot of skills and a lot of stuff to go to on the ground.
And Daniel Jones, it looks like he's having a little bit of a problem there, trying to get out of his side control there. And it looks like he's going to pull it into a classic judo hold here. Now, in case you guys don't know there, some people really love to work the judo hold. I love it because, you know what? I love to armbar people there with my legs.
Well, look for Dan Jones to get some type of neck crank going.
It looks like that's exactly what he's trying to do. Look, see how he's working that arm? He's trying to work that arm down. He can fit his arms under there. Oh, looks like now he's going to try to step over the mount.
He's very strong. Dan Jones is thinking get the fight back up to the feet where he was dominating early.
But Joe Martinez has a lot of weapons in there. You can see how he's transitioned. He tried something, it didn't work, so he's going for something else. Then that didn't work, so he's going for something else. He's always moving, and that's what's going to make a really good fight.
Well, you see that shirt he's wearing, kind of like a body skin type thing. You can tell he's a submission guy because he's going to use that to his advantage, so he's not slippery and sweaty, and he's going to shoot some submissions.
That's right, Sonny. That works out in 2 ways. One, it makes it harder for your opponent to grab hold of you because it's kind of like a silk material, and 2, it'll soak up the sweat from your opponent where you can grab him a little bit better.
Well, this is a very fatiguing game right now. The guy on the bottom is absorbing a lot of fatigue and weight from Joe Martinez. Dan Jones is spending a little bit more gas right now because he's on the bottom trying to get up.
Oh, looks like he might have that out. He's going to give up his back. You got to be careful with that.
Well, look for Dan Jones to launch the knees. Get ready, Tom.
Well, if he can get enough space between them, and that's the thing with the stand-up fighter. If you take away their space, it's very difficult for them to land any kind of punches or any kind of strikes at all.
Tom, did you see the Muay Thai clinch Daniel's trying to initiate there and get the knees off?
You can tell he's very well versed in the martial arts and the stand-up martial arts. Mark Sr. pulling his hands away. Now they're standing up. Now we're in Daniel's game again.
Look for another spinning heel kick from Daniel and big Muay Thai.
He's standing up. He's got some heavy hands. But you know what? Looks a little bit unorthodox. But you know what? He's going to take it to him.
Joe Martinez is a little gassed right now, Tom. Dan Jones looks to be the stronger of the 2 fighters right now.
Well, just their physiques, you can tell that probably Daniel's a little bit in better shape. But you can't never really tell with that. Looks like we're going to go to round 2 here, Sonny.
Tom, did you see what Joe Martinez did? He did the foot stomp of Marco Huas there.
Yes, he did. I saw that out there.
Well, look for Joe Martinez to recover with his cardio and come out with a smart game plan. Look for him to obviously try to suck He's going to pull Dan Jones across the ring and try to get him on the cage and go for a takedown, Tom.
Right, the only way that Joe Martinez is going to come back is if he can take him down like he had him before and really work his jiu-jitsu game. And if he can do that, we'll be all right. Oh, look, we have a celebrity guest up there. Do you know who that is?
It's Gonzo.
That's right, Luis Gonzalez. Maybe we'll have him come down here and commentate with us. And I can get rid of the tax man.
Tom, you can't quite do that. I make a lot of money to be here. In fact, I make more than you do right now, Tom.
Oh, yeah. Okay, he gives you 2 bags of peanuts, huh? Outstanding. All right, here we go for round number 2. More kicks.
Look for a high kick.
See there?
Look for a high kick from Dan Jones.
I don't think Joe's going to give him that much space to do that. He knows better now.
Well, Dan Jones is a very...
Took him down, side control. This is exactly what I told you. This is how Joe Martinez is going to win this fight. If he gets over there, does exactly what he's doing now. We thought he was gassed. You know what? But you know what? You never can tell. Maybe went there and got some instructions from Dusty Farrell.
Well, Dusty Farrell, Dusty the mad scientist Farrell over there, you know they're putting together a strong game plan to win this fight.
That's right. And now all that extra weight that Joe's carrying right now is working to his advantage because it's on top of Daniel Jones. And Daniel Jones doesn't look like he knows what he's doing right there. And if he doesn't start doing something to defend himself, he's going to lose this fight.
Dan's okay right now. Dan's okay.
He may be okay, but you know what? Exactly like that. If you don't defend yourself, they're going to stop the fight. And he didn't know how to get out of that bottom position, so that's the way it goes. Everybody wants to see this stand up and see the dramatic finish. But you know what? We also have to take into account our fighters here, their safety.
Well, Tom, Mean Mark Sr., he's the best referee in the business, and he makes the best calls. He never stops a fight too early. He lets it go as long as it can go.
The official time, 55 seconds in the second round. Your winner by referee stoppage, Joe Martinez!
Sonny, that was an excellent fight. Here's Katrina with the after-fight interview.
And once again, please welcome Aaron and Sheila from Hooters Verona. And now for our next bout. On my right, in the red corner, is 5 foot 8 inches tall, 164 pounds. He has an even record of 1 win and 1 loss. He's a freestyle fighter out of Mesa, Arizona, where he fights at the Bahuza Academy. Please welcome Joe, the Sound Cronin! His opponent on my left in the blue corner is 5 foot 8 inches tall, 169 pounds. He has a record of 1 win and no losses. And is sponsored by Raven Glory Fight Gear. He's a freestyle fighter out of Surprise, Arizona, where he fights in ACMMA. He is Andrew Ritc! Once again, our referee on this bout is Mr. Mark Sr.
So Tom, when someone like Andrew comes along and he's a freestyle fighter, does that mean that he can pretty much do everything, or he's not as disciplined?
It means he's not going to go out there and worry about one discipline and try to get into the stereotype. Basically, freestyle fighting is mixed martial arts because he's going to use what works best for him. And here we go.
Knees, chest, baby. Underhooks, go.
Oh, and Andrew.
That's right, Quattro, come on.
Oh, down and right back up again. It looks
like Joe in a camouflage, correct?
Right.
Okay, that's why I was getting a little bit confused there. Now, Joe's got him in what they call a side control there. And it's a very dominant position. Although it's not the most dominant, it's a very good position to work from. You can't do a whole lot of submissions from there, but you can work other positions to get in line for it. And as you can tell, Andrew right there, He's reaching around there with a guillotine, but that's not really a guillotine because all he's trying to do is leverage and keep control of Joe so that he can get in there and work him. Like he did, he got out there and escaped. Now we're going to see what they can do standing up.
Right, it looks like Joe would prefer to stay standing, and Andrew keeps going in and trying to get him on the ground.
Well, from that first tie-up, it looked like Andrew had a little bit better on the ground skills, but you never can tell. He might have just went down wrong, and sometimes once you get that dominant position, it's very difficult to get out of it or into it.
A little bit of checking each other out.
That's right. They're just kind of sizing up. They went out there very ferocious at the first. A lot of times with the inexperienced fighters, you'll see that. They go out there and they're going to feel that pain, and then they're going to kind of back off because all of a sudden they got to conserve that energy. And now all of a sudden they're thinking about what they got to do 5 minutes from now, not just the next 30 seconds.
Is it wiser to think about what's happening right now? Right now, he's got to get him down. That's what it looks like. There he goes.
Right. But when you first come out as an inexperienced fighter, you're going to go out there and explode because you're going to take it all right there. But after your body starts to tell you, whoa, I need a little bit more energy here, you're going to start to thinking about how you're going to conserve your energy.
Right. It looks like that's what Andrew's doing right now, even though he's in the mount.
No, he's in his guard position.
Well, with Joe?
Andrew has a minute. They're going to stand him back up now. Referee Mark Sr. still no up. He didn't see enough activity there. Now we're going to see what they can do standing up again. Again. Oh, getting a little punches in up there. Oh, he got a high kick in there. Way to go, Joe.
Is that a roundhouse kick?
That was a roundhouse kick, a little high. Kind of grazed him, but it's very effective. And what it's going to do, it's going to teach Andrew to stay back a little bit and be a little bit cautious. 10 seconds left in this fight, or in this round. Again. That was a very good round for Joe right there, but you can't give it away for Andrew as well. They mixed it up well, but I was going to have to give that round to Joe that time. What do you think there, Katrina?
Right, yes, I would agree. And even though they seem to be checking each other out quite often, they're moving back from each other, they're expending a lot of energy. These two guys seem to be tiring out.
Oh, absolutely. Because let me tell you, when you go out there and you're defending against those strikes, you're using a lot of adrenaline and you're using a lot of energy to prevent that from happening. So you're going to burn twice as much energy. I mean, if you're just out there dancing, you're not going to be as intense and you're not going to burn as much energy. But when you're out there in a fight, everything comes to power and you're going to burn energy very, very fast out there.
Right, there were a lot of punches being thrown in that one. Lots to the side.
Round
Let's
two.
see how they go at this.
Let's see what Andrew and Joe can throw at us this time.
Here we go, talk to him, that's right, folks.
You know, touch gloves in the second round, showed respect.
That's one thing that I really like about cage fighting is the sportsmanship and the respect that the fighters have for one another.
And now they're throwing some low kicks here, kind of roughing them up there. You got to knock the tree down, you chop it down, it's like small chops. And when your legs can't move, you can't move as well, and then you can set up better positions, just like that. Andrew coming up there a little bit high. And you may notice that they're open hand. These guys are amateur fighters, and we keep them open-handed to the face and the head in their early fights.
And then Andrew's brought him down. So Joe in the camouflage, he's got him in the guard position.
Was it Joe in the camouflage or Andrew?
Yep, Joe's in the camouflage.
Okay, Joe's in the camouflage. Okay. Then I was all mixed up here. Oh, Mark Sr.'s going to stand him up. I think Mark Sr. just likes a glutton for punishment for these guys.
They seem to be pretty evenly matched.
Yeah, they do. I said Joe had the advantage earlier, but it was Andrew, the competitor in black shorts, going out there, but he's taking a lot of shots to the head. Joe's done a real good job of setting him up, doing the low kicks and then hitting him high. You see some of those head shots that he's taking.
Kind of circling each other there, looking for the next opening.
Whoa! And there you go.
Whoa! Right out from under him.
Classic case of chopping down that tree. His legs are heavy now, and he knows he needs to go in there. But that took a lot out of Joe. You can tell he's lethargic out there, and That's why we got taken down so easy like that. Now here comes Andrew. He's going to step over there for the mount. He's got a half guard right now. One leg in, one leg out.
Get your guard, watch the Kimura.
They're
looks
just
like he's
equally punching at each other.
That's
and equally
right.
Pausing.
Let's go,
But it looks like Andrew right now is going to go for, well, it looks like he was going to go for a guillotine there, or a key lock, I'm sorry, or Americana, some call it. Now he's going in for side control there. Say he's got his legs crossed from his legs there. He's got full side mount, or side control, what we'd call it in jiu-jitsu.
Trying to stretch out that arm.
That's right. He's going to try to get a hand under there, but Joe's doing a real good job of defending that off.
Superior on the ground, baby. Superior.
And this is just going to be a very interesting match. Two young fighters, and it looks like Joe's going to, or Andrew's going to step over for the mount again. He's got full mount, and now we what? Ground and pound right here.
Big pound. Oh, doing some shifting and lifting there, trying to get out from underneath.
Andrew took a big gamble there. He bridged and kind of gave him his back a little bit, and if Joe would have been a little bit more on him, he might have been able to get his back there. But that was a very slick move that Andrew pulled out there. This is going to be an interesting third round.
This might be the first fight of the night to end in a decision.
It could. It very well could. And for those of you that don't know, we are scored our fights here on aggressiveness, striking, aggressiveness on the ground, aggressiveness standing up. And I mean, if you're going out there and you're just stalling and keep them in your guard and not doing like that, you're not going to score very many points. Whereas the other guy, where he's going to throw punches at you, he's going to score some points at you.
Right. So often these fights end with a submission. I think sometimes that's what the crowd thinks that it's all about. But on the way to that submission, they're trying to score those points.
Well, you're not necessarily trying to score points. Everything you're trying to do, because we don't really count strikes and punches like we do in boxing. But when they go out there, they are trying to hurt and damage the other opponent and get into his mind. Big thing about fighting is get into your mind. Once you get hit a couple of times, your psyche changes out there and you're not the same person out there. And you can lose a lot of your confidence in the ring within seconds in your fight.
So along with the physical game, you've got to keep your mental game sharp.
Absolutely. And I heard it said that fatigue makes cowards of us all. And let me tell you, when you're out there trying to get air in your lungs, it's scary. Oh, Andrew's still coming at him though. Andrew's the one of the camouflage, the mohawk there. Oh, that's Joe. Katrina, you got to keep him a little bit more squared away here.
Keep you squared away. There we've got Joe on the bottom there in the guard. Right?
With the mohawk, that's right.
With the mohawk. Andrew's got the mouth going on. You see, you're teaching me.
Well, if you could just tell me who these fighters are to keep me straight, I think we'd get done all right.
They do look worn out, but they're not quitters. So look at them.
That's right.
Slugging away.
Anybody that gets in the cage and goes out there against another trained opponent, you got to give it to them because they're going out there and in front of all these people. You're not just going out there and getting beat up. You're going out there and getting beat up in front of everybody. So it takes a lot to go out there.
It certainly does. And Mark is standing this contest up more often than I've seen anything. Oh, look.
Wow. Joe took him into a good judo hold.
Is this a guillotine that he's got?
It's not a guillotine. It's a pressure choke, but he didn't have it. He can push that arm over there and squeeze in, and we get this is more of a guillotine choke right here.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, and Joe is bleeding on his eye there. If he doesn't get this, it looked like some fish hooks there. He's got blood in his eye. It could be very dangerous here. It might stop it. But he's going to stand him up, and the doctor's going to go up in there. Look.
Looks like he's struck an artery.
That's right. I don't think it's an artery, but you know what? It's right there in the eye, and a lot of times we're going to stop a fight when you get blood in the eyes, when the fighter can't see, and it becomes unsafe for him. That's when we're going to stop a fight, and we probably are going to stop this fight right here. Especially at this level of competition that they're at. Oh, I was wrong.
Oh,
they're going to go back at it. Mark's going to put him back in position, and they're going to go at it.
Let's go, baby. Show them what you got. Let's show them.
It takes discipline to get right back there, exactly where you left
That's
off.
right.
You guys got to be more active and stand you right back up.
And once you get stood up like that, and you get and you don't know what's going to happen, sometimes that can really take you out of your game. Mark Sr.'s going to stand him up. Let's see what they can do in this third round, standing up again. Mark Sr. giving him a few last-minute instructions there.
And I hear some people from Andrew's team telling him, work the cut,
work the cut, yeah. I mean, when you're going for the victory, you know, you work every angle you can. And if you can strike that cut a few more times, you can make it bleed a little bit more, where you're probably going to get a referee stoppage. Oh, but you know what? Joe keeps coming. You know what? You can't take nothing away from him. He looks worse off, but you know what? This is going to be a tough fight to judge.
Yeah, he's still got that adrenaline going.
That's right. You know, and here we are in the guard. We got 10 seconds left to fight. You know, I really wouldn't want to be a judge on this one because I've seen great things from both these fighters. I may have to give the fight to Joe, even though his eye's bloodied. But you know what? That spectacular kick that we saw earlier. And Katrina has to go up there. So Katrina's going to go up there, and we're going to bring back the Taxman. Taxman coming back.
Oh my goodness.
So Taxman, you sat there and you didn't have to do this. You could just sit there and watch this fight. What were you thinking about that fight there?
Joe Cronin, he said he wanted to come out and win his first fight. He's serious. He wants to be a mixed martial arts fighter and a champion, and he's fighting like one right now, giving up a couple pounds, fighting a big, strong guy.
Now, no, Taxman, I mean, I know that you're talking a lot about Barusa guys, but what about Andrew? Andrew went out there, and he took it to him. I mean, they both obviously wouldn't be mixed martial arts fighters out there. But who would you score this fight with? I know you're a little bit biased, but tell us, what do you think?
Right now, I'm almost scoring it kind of even. It's pretty much down the middle right now. Both guys have caused severe damage. Both guys are fatigued. No one has come close to ending the fight. It's up in the air right now. It's going to go to the judges.
Yeah, in just a few seconds here, we'll have the judges' scorecards. But folks, we're here at Desert Diamond Casino in Tucson, Arizona, just south of Tucson on I-19. And it's a fabulous facility, as you can look around there, as the camera pans around there. It's a very awesome facility here. If you have the opportunity to come out to Desert Diamond Casino and throw a few bucks on the blackjack table, I think I'm going to do that after we're done here. We're going to have some fun.
Well, Tom, this fight is no surprise to me. This Britain guy trains with Mark Z School. Those guys are intense over there. They've got a lot of good fighters over there. They're intense.
All right, here we go with the tail of the tape, or the scorecard from Rick Ruiz.
And it was a split decision. Your winner by split decision, fighting out of the red corner, Joe the Show Cronin!
You know, I can't disagree with that. I mean, we saw a lot of spectacular kicks coming from Joe out there, and you know, although his eye was bleeding, you don't win a fight just because the guy's bloody, but you may win a fight if they have to stop the fight. You see what I'm saying?
Tom, Joe came to win this fight tonight.
Man, a few words here. I'm with Taxman. Folks, we're down here at Desert Diamond Casino, and we're moving through these fights tonight. Sonny, what can you tell me about these fighters tonight?
This is going to be baptism by fire for both these guys, their first time in the cage.
Outstanding. Now we got Chris. Now he works over out at the Bruce Academy.
Yes, he does.
Now, tell me a little bit about his style.
Chris Nicklin has picked up a lot of good submission technique, being that he hasn't trained for, you know, he's not a veteran. This is his first time in the cage, but he's ready for this fight.
On my right,
the tail and tape from Rick Ruiz.
He is 5 foot 8 inches tall, 201 pounds. He's a freestyle fighter out of Chandler, Arizona, where he fights at the Barusa Academy. Making his debut here tonight in Tucson, please welcome Chris Nicklin! His opponent on my left is 5 foot 10 inches tall, 216 ready to go pounds. He's a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu fighter plus trained in Muay Thai. Please welcome Marquis Navarro! Senior.
All right, here we go. Nick are Chris Nicklin and Marquise Navarro. Marquise Navarro is from Tucson, Arizona. He's native down here. And
Tom Roden,
this ought to be an interesting show here.
Tom, Marquise looks like he's got bad intentions for this
Oh,
fight.
he does, and he looks like a big guy that I wouldn't want to have to rumble with. Good thing I'm not Chris today.
Chris has definitely got his hands full with this big, strong guy from Tucson.
But it looks like Chris's game out there. He's not scared of him, certainly.
Chris is
going
moving.
in there, little jab kick, stuff like that.
Chris is moving like a veteran. Look how calm Chris is.
Oh,
right now.
Marquise has some hammers. Oh, you look like those are some of those bad intentions right there. And now he's got him up in a half guard. Looks like he's going to try to step over for the mount.
Well, Tom, Chris did the right thing to extinguish that fire by taking the fight to the ground. Now, he's not in the best position right
I don't know if he really
now.
wanted to or not, but he went there.
He's not in the best position right now. This
Yeah,
is
but now we're looking for ground and pound. If he doesn't know the elbow escape, he doesn't know how to get out of there, he's in some serious trouble. And Marquise taking him up to the cage. When some guy does that, you know he wants to do some ground and pound.
Well, hopefully Chris can pull off some kind of spin here. Maybe expose his back and get an escape.
Well, you know what? It doesn't look too promising for Chris down there. All he's doing is trying to hold him in there. He's in a mount position, and he's going now for Americana or key lock. Oh, and he's tapping out. This, ladies and gentlemen, was a quick fight. I believe Chris Nicklin was just a little bit outclassed by Marquise Navarro. They were both first-time fighters, but it looks like someone else came to play hard today.
Baptism by fire, Tom Roden. He's ready to go for his next fight now.
Absolutely, absolutely. Just kind of depends on how you're ready to go out there and train. Maybe you trained a little bit longer.
There's a lot of butterflies in that debut fight. You know about that. And now he's a veteran now.
Well, you know, I've been doing mixed martial arts fights way back when Julius Caesar was putting them on, but, you know, well, maybe not quite that long. That was a long time ago.
Tom Roden, look at the sportsmanship there.
That's right. You know, where else are you going to go? Get your butt kicked and give the guy a hug right after you're done here.
Chris Nicklin, even though he fought hard and lost, Tom Roden, look for Marquise Navarro to move up in the heavyweight division.
Please welcome Aaron and Sheena from Hooters, Nevada.
Lamar Vincent is the one with the Muay Thai shorts with the red stripe and the stars on it. We got
John Sosi.
John Sosi or
Sosi.
John Sosi. John Sosi. And he's in the black with the mohawk.
On my right, from the red corner.
And the teletape from Rick Ruiz.
304 pounds. A freestyle fighter that fights independently in Maricopa, Arizona. He is Lemuel, the Warrior, Vincent.
Tom Roden combined, there's over 550 pounds in there.
245 pounds. He's sponsored by Native Outlaw Fight Gear and WebNations.com. He has a 4-2 record. He is a kickboxer, cross-trained in shoot fighting from the Navajo Nation, where he fights out of the Rick Rufus Kickboxing School. Please welcome Jonathan Sosi! Third man in the cage once again is Mr. Mark Sr.
550 pounds out there. This is something for Mike McIntyre from Throwdown Fight Gear, the designer and builder of this cage. It's going to have his test done right here with the Native American Championship belt.
Well, Mike McIntyre is a wonderful fabricator and engineer, and he's
all right,
cages
guys.
together.
Here we go. Oh, he's going to do a spinning backhand. Let's see what we got here. He's got game on tonight, buddy. He's throwing a lot of air, though. If he's going to get in there and throw those great hands, he's going to have to get a little bit closer.
Look for John Sosi to use his heavy hands, Tom Roden.
John Sosi, absolutely. And here comes Lamar. He's going to try to take it to him, get him up against the fence.
Lamar's looking to slow this thing down, John, trying to get it on the fence and use his weight to hold Sosi against the cage. Think it'll work?
You know, you never can tell. You know, some of these fighters will go out there and they look great, John looks really good out there, throwing those spinning back fists and stuff like that. Kind of like Boss Rutan used to do in his fighting days.
Well, John, Lamar Vincent.
But it's one thing to throw out there spinning back air fist and then to land them.
Tom, Lamar Vincent's fighting like a veteran with the dirty boxing in there, and when John Sosi just threw a knee up, Lamar caught it and went for a takedown. He's fighting really smart here. He's fighting very intelligent.
That's right. It's a good analyzing there that you're doing there, Sonny. And what we're going to do here is see a little bit of war going on here.
Well, John Sosi training with Rick Rufus. Look for him to kick the legs. Look for him to use a low leg kick.
That Rick Rufus boxing, kickboxing out of Tucson, Arizona, isn't it?
Yes, it is. No, Rick Rufus trains up in Scottsdale.
Oh, in Scottsdale, Arizona. Please excuse me. Now the crowd getting a little restless. They want to mix it up. You got these big guys in there. They want to see war.
Well, Tom, John Sosi keeps leading with that big overhand right. And Lamar, being a veteran, is gauging that from a long distance.
You know, and if these guys don't start mixing up a little bit, I'm going to send you in there to start slapping them around a little bit. You would think you're up for the task now.
Well, Tom, you know I was supposed to get in there tonight, but just the matchmaking couldn't fit me in tonight.
Wow. Looks like we got two big guys. It looks like he's going to go for his back. Now, he may be in a kind of a bad position. Oh, he's tapping out. He got the rear naked choke.
Tom, you never know
John
with these guys.
Sosi wins the Native American Championship belt by rear naked choke.
Well, I never would have expected that from John Sosi because I know he likes to stand up and finish the fight on his feet.
Well, of course he does. But you know what? He's a kickboxer. He's trained by a kickboxer. But you know what? You're coming into a mixed martial arts fight. You're going to have to learn a little bit of everything to do it.
Tom, I
Here comes the scoring from Rick Riz.
Your winner by submission, rear naked choke, Jonathan Sosi!
All right, Jonathan, excellent. Rear naked choke. Did you think that this fight was go or go quickly?
It doesn't matter, you know. Come on here, do my thing. Do what needs to be done. Appreciate all the people that came out here to support the fighters. Everybody that comes in here is good work, great work. Like the thing in Raw, RitNation.com, and everybody else, man, love you all.
Folks, I got here Joe Riggs with me, and he's going to be a guest commentator here with me this time around. Joe, welcome here to Raging the Cage here.
Thanks for having me, buddy.
Now, we just saw 550 pounds worth of guys out there fighting, and now we got a little bit smaller. We got 150 pounders out there. Dominic Cruz and Mike Berry. What do you think about these guys? You ever seen them fight before?
You know, I've trained a little bit with Dominic Cruz back in Tucson, so I don't know too much about the other guy, but this Dominic Cruz guy is a tough kid. I'm looking forward to watching him fight.
That's right. Dominic Cruz out of Boxing Inc. out of Tucson, Arizona, and he's going up against Mike Barney from the Tucson Dojo.
Well, it should be a good fight. I'm going to sit down and watch this one.
And Joe Riggs, in case you guys don't know, but of course you know,
He's the man.
Joe Riggs, UFC champion, or UFC veteran.
I'm
Not
five-
champion yet, but we're working on it, aren't we, Joe?
I will be a champion, I guarantee that. But yeah, we're working on it right now.
Outstanding. And in case you didn't know, on February 4th, Joe Riggs just went and fought Nick Diaz in the UFC and won by decision. Is that correct, Joe?
Yeah, it was like the first decision I've ever been in my life. It's good to be in a tough fight like that and come out on top. The ring girls look fantastic, man.
Well, you know what, Joe? I would comment on the ring girls, but my beautiful wife's sitting right here, and I'm not going to go there because she's the only girl for me.
I'll go there, brother. I'll enjoy them all day long.
All right. The joys of being single, folks.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll tell you what, this Mike Barney guy looks like he's in great shape, and so does Dominic Cruz. Should be a good fight tonight.
That's right. Now I've seen Mike Barney fight a lot in the past, and the guy
How
has
does he look? Does he look
a
good?
lot of tricky techniques in there.
Is he more of a ground fighter or a standard fighter?
The tell on the tape by Rick Riz.
Is Mike Barney more of a jiu-jitsu guy or stand-up guy?
He's a very crafty jiu-jitsu guy, but he's also got some pretty decent stand-up skills as well.
It should be. I'm expecting a stand-up war, to be honest with you. You know, because both these guys look like they know what they're doing on the ground, but I think they're going to mix it up on the feet. Let's hope so. I hope they get the crowd what they want. Everybody loves the bangers, baby. Everybody loves the stand-up fight.
Now, Joe. Hold on. Now, Joe, when you were out there in the cage, how do you like to fight? Would you prefer standing up or?
Oh yeah. You know, I have such an extensive boxing background, fighting K1. You always have to go out there and fight. The fight always starts out on the feet, so why not test it out? And the fans love to see the banging, man. That's what most.
And here we go,
is.
Mike Barney and Dominic Cruz.
Oh, it's a good straight right to the body.
Mike Barney in the red shorts, Dominic Cruz in the black tap-out trunks.
Dominic just hit a good straight right to the body. He's going to the body. It's very good.
And as you predicted, Joe, stand-up war here.
Yeah, they're already mixing it up. They look good. They look real good.
Couple good low kicks from Mike Barney.
Yep. You know, I know Dominic Cruz is a bit of a wrestler, so he's transitioning to a good stand-up fighter.
Oh, a little bit of good infighting there, folks. A little bit of dirty boxing, some knees coming up in there.
Michael Barney looks like he's kind of. I thought he was going for a tie clinch, but he's got double unders right here. Michael Barney does. Looks good. Dominic Cruz looks like he's in a little bit of a bad position. He's coming out now. They're just pummeling inside right now. It looks pretty good. Nice lateral drop.
Dominic Cruz with a very dramatic throw there. The hip throw.
Yeah, it's called a lateral drop. It's very good. It's a very common technique of wrestlers. It's very good. Oh, he likes going to the body, that Dominic Cruz does. He looks good.
That's right. Now we're halfway through the first round here, Joe. What's your predictions for the show? Can you give me some?
You know, this Dominic Cruz is a tough guy. He's controlling the fight, controlling the stand-up, he's controlling the wrestling. He's very aggressive. I'm predicting the Dominic Cruz by stoppage early.
You know, it's kind of unusual. You see a guy with those dramatic throws and doing that, but yet he's not taking any advantage of it. He wants to stand up and throw.
You know, it's almost demeaning getting thrown. Like, look at the body punches by Dominic Cruz. Look fantastic. You know, it's almost when you throw a guy like that and let him back up, it's demeaning. He's just trying to embarrass him. He hit him with a great uppercut just now and dropped him.
Kind of taking a little bit of wind of himself, wouldn't you say?
That's exactly what it does. When you go to the body, it takes all the wind out of him. You know, it totally compacts the solar plexus. It's very hard to cardiovascular.
That's right. Not to mention the fact that the mental game that it plays on you, when you're getting thrown, when the guy's doing what he wants to you, it's real hard to go out there and do what you want to do to him.
Look at these body punches Dominic Cruz is throwing. It looks fantastic.
Mike Barney got hit. It looked like he went down, but he probably was just trying to get out of those hits.
He's hurt the body right now.
Oh,
look at this. It looks fantastic. He doesn't want to fight anymore.
Yeah, he doesn't want none of that stand-up. Dominic Cruz.
He's going to the body. Look at this kid's going to the body like he's a seasoned boxer. It looks fantastic.
That's right.
Look at this. You know why he's going down like that? It's because he hurt the body very badly. Dominic Cruz needs to go back to the body.
Whoa.
Looking great.
And Dominic Cruz just does not want nothing. Oh! I think that's it.
Good job.
Wow, a little bit of ground and pound, and that's it. Dominic Cruz victorious by strikes.
Yeah, he looked very, very good.
And the crowd goes wild.
That's very impressive. He should be very proud of himself. Everybody at Boxing Inc. should be very proud of that kid right now.
Stand up here. We'll be right up here. Now.
Joe Stevens getting a little drunk tonight. Yeah. You know, Dominic Cruz looked very good that day. The whole gym should be very proud of him. Good for him. I'm very proud of that kid. He looked very good tonight.
And now Katrina with a pre-fight or post-fight interview. Folks, I'm here with Joe Stevenson. I replaced Joe Riggs, so I had to get rid of him, you know. Some of these fighters, you just can't, I got rid of the tax man, I got rid of Katrina, I got rid of Joe Riggs, now I got Joe Stevenson. Joe, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I won the UFC reality show. I'm a pretty well-rounded fighter, really good on the ground. I'm really interested to see what happens in this fight. I don't know really much about either fighter. I'm going to have to go on their attitude and how they look, which is how most people go. So we'll see how I call this one.
Now Shane Battlecat Johnson here, he's from the old school. He's been out there and he used to have phenomenal skills out there and good stand-up. Now he's been making a comeback over the last 6 or 8 months, and I can't really say it's been a phenomenal comeback, but you know what? This guy's got a lot of great skills, and you never know what's going to happen here with this guy. He's a great fighter.
Well, I'm from the new school, so I'm going to have to go with the other fighter. I mean, as long as he's got about a year of experience, well-rounded, and versed in almost every avenue, I think he's going to have to overcome what happens with the old school is like they get one-dimensional, they see certain things and they go for it. When the new age, that's what I'm good at.
Joe, when I say old school, for some of these guys here, I'm not talking about the Hoist Gracie today or Dan Severn. I'm talking more of the early new school, because he was.
Well, I've been fighting.
You know, he fought about 5 years ago, and he's a real force to be reckoned with back then. Now, that's not really old school, like you would say Ken Shamrock, but he's still not, he was out of it for so long. I think that's why.
No, I understand. I've been fighting professionally for 7 years. I mean, when I think old school, I think longer than me. Like at the weigh-ins when they're announcing the record and the experience, a lot of the guys I was like, wow, I've got years on these people. I still think 5 years ago we were one-dimensional, and I'm gonna automatically go for the new age guy just because you have to be able to adapt, and he doesn't know any of the old mistakes.
That's right. You know, and folks, in case you don't know, Joe Stevenson here was on the Ultimate Fighting reality show. Tell us, now, how did you get selected to do that show? Well, let's wait for the teletape here. Sorry about that. I was kind of interested about that.
I'm sorry. I give them a couple of promo tapes, my highlight tape, and just told them who I was.
Outstanding. Now, who were your coaches there?
Mark Lehman and Matt Hughes.
Matt Hughes. Okay, here they go, guys. Shane Battlecat trying to do some fancy stuff. You know, sometimes that can be a very hindrance to you if you're trying to go out there and do some crazy stuff.
Well, right now,
it looks like Shane
needs to secure his half guard and work for his underhook. Work away from the cage. Right there, it's really easy. All he has to do is with his left arm come underneath, turn to his base, because there's no avenue for that guy to stop him. Do you see what I mean right there?
Yeah,
you see
absolutely.
If he were just to get his left arm underneath and turn into him, there's really nothing, including the cage, that could stop him. But lack of experience or maybe coaching. There goes the knee bar. Just come up on top, figure four your legs, crossface. You got to work his body. You see, if you push his head away from your leg, that's going to spread out his body.
That's right. And he's got Shane's got the cage up there against him. It's going to work against him.
It's really hard
to lean back there because you got to hyperextend your body there to get the knee bar in there.
Right now, he's in a little bit of trouble.
Yeah,
Seth's done a good job of scrambling and getting on top from there. Right now, what he needs to do is pass the legs.
That's right. See, for 1 second he was on top. Next thing, you know what? He's on the bottom there, and that's what cage fighting's all about. Sometimes when you go
grabbing the cage there, I would expect. There you go. There's the ref.
And the ref will do that.
That's very crucial. I mean, a lot of.
He might have the leg now. Does he have it tapped?
No. You see how the knee's not.
That's right.
Not being extended. He's got both legs in there.
That's right. And now he's out of position.
He can go for a heel hook or an ankle lock right now.
Right.
What I would do if I was Seth, I would just hook the other leg and go for a heel hook on him or come up on top.
Looks like they want to go standing up now.
That's where it gets exciting.
That's right. And Shane's a very dramatic stand-up fighter here. You've seen that failed spinning back kick that he tried and ended up on the ground, but he kind of brought it out okay. That's a kind of an unorthodox throw there, but it worked for him.
You know what? You have to do what you're good at.
That's right.
Right now, top guy should stuff the knee, circle, and pass.
That's right. At least it's called passing the guard. He's only in half guard, but yeah, still need to pass that.
Everyone does like ground and pound. We like to go to pound and pass. He's going for those legs. He likes the leg locks.
That's right. Shane works out of Tucson here, and he's big on the leg games.
He's trying to extend the leg there, and it looks like he's got it.
Oh, look at it, tap it. Okay, that's a tap. There we go.
It's really hard to tell nowadays if they're tapping or hitting.
That's right. You know, I was there when Randy Couture and Tito Ortiz went at it, and when Randy Couture was up on
spanking
top
him.
and he was spanking him, I thought, no, it couldn't be happening like that. But
You know,
he was just kind of playing with him.
we're lucky that we're kind of modernized now and we're able to tell between a tap and a taunt.
Right,
I was surprised to see Randy do that.
right. Okay, and the score from Rick Ruiz.
Your winner by submission, Neymar Shane, the Battlecat Johnson from Tucson, Arizona.
Outstanding. Now, Joe, what can we expect from you in the future? Where do we look for you at?
Lightweight UFC World Champion.
Okay, when's your next fight?
April 6th, it'll be at welterweight. Then from there, I'll be cutting down.
All right, and how much do you weigh when you're walking around normally?
Right now, at fighting at 170, I walk around 190. I'm good at cutting weight. That's what I do. I like to have a little size. At 155, I'll be walking around 170. I cut 20 here, and then at 55, I'll be cutting 15 because less body fat.
Outstanding. And Shane here talking about. Let's give him a second here.
He did good.
All right.
He was resilient.
That's right, Shane Battlecat Johnson from Tucson, Arizona. All right, outstanding, folks. Joe Stevenson, winner of the Ultimate Fighting Reality Show #2, correct?
Yeah.
And we expect to see a lot from you, and I'm glad to meet you.
Thank you very much.
And come out and see us again.
Carlos Ortega is a consummate professional, consummate veteran, and a consummate technician in there.
That's right, but you know what? He's going up against Ed West, also here out of Tucson, Arizona. Ed is a very poised fighter. Now watch him when he goes out there. He comes out there in his chaps and all that stuff. He trains with Shane Johnson and all those other guys out here in Tucson. Now, he's going to see him go out there. He's very unorthodox. But this guy is phenomenal. He pulls some stuff that you wouldn't think is possible with the human body. So, this is going to be a very interesting fight. Right now, he has the title to lose against Carlos Ortega.
Well, right now, Tom, Ed West, you know he loves to inflict damage, and he likes to fight a very athletic fight, a lot of movement, and a lot of cardio. You know, Carlos Ortega likes to slow things down and work more of a methodical game.
That's right. Now, Ed West is one of those guys that you think you got him in a good submission hold, and then next thing you know, he's pulling out from underneath you, and he's up on top of you. And it's a real crazy fight.
Well, we've seen Carlos Ortega pull out plenty of magic on the mat, too.
That's true. Oh, I'm not taking anything away from Carlos Ortega, but here's Rick Ruiz with the tape.
Lightweight championship belt for Rage in the Cage. Now the principals on my right to the red corner is 5'6" tall, 149 pounds. He's sponsored by Clinch Gear, or Fight Gear, Declan Motors Casa Grande, Declan Motors Eloy, 5-Star Carpet Cleaning, and Petros Shopping Centers. He's a practitioner of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu at the Arizona Jiu-Jitsu Academy in Casa Grande, Arizona. He is Carlos Ortega!
Tom, this is too close to call.
In the blue corner is sponsored by Running with Scissors. He's 5'9" tall, 147 pounds. He has a record of 7 wins and 1 loss. From Tucson, Arizona, he is Ed West.
Tom, it's not often that I'm afraid to make a prediction on this fight.
Say that again there, Sonny.
Tom, it's not often I'm afraid to make a prediction, but on this fight, I couldn't tell you who's going to win.
Well, then you're afraid to make a prediction then. Oh, here comes Ed West. Pushing the action. Carlos Ortega, spinning back kick. Jumping spinning back kick.
Carlos Ortega.
I think that was just a little bit of show to say I'm not afraid of you.
Ortega's not afraid to throw down with anybody.
Ed West kind of taunting him a little bit, wanting him to come in. Carlos Ortega's going to have to kind of sit back and let this young kid come to him in order to make it happen, I think.
Tom, you know that Carlos Ortega trains with Gabe Rivas, one of the hardest hitters in the game.
That's right. And they train real hard there, too.
Do you think Carlos Ortega is afraid to bang when he trains with Gabe Rivas? I don't think so.
No, I don't think he's afraid to bang, but you know what? He also knows his limitations, and you know what? You can't just go out there and bang. Ed West has a bigger reach than he does, so he's going to have to be really leery of that, standing up and boxing with a guy that outreaches you by 6 inches.
Well, Ortega's doing the right thing. You know, he's working the body lock and trying to slow the game down and wear down the muscle groups on Ed West.
For Carlos Ortega to really get in his game, he's going to have to take Ed West down. Now, that's my prediction. Not that Carlos can't do something standing up, but from these two bodies put together, I would say Carlos needs to get him on the ground. That's when his advantage is going to come in.
Well, we both know I think this is going to go into the third round because neither of these guys can be put away very easy.
I don't know. Both of these guys have really great submissions, so I wouldn't put it past a real quick submission at any time. Well, Ed has some good punching power, so you never know.
In this fight, I have to give Carlos Ortega at least a slight edge in submission offense, but submission defense, Ed West may have that on his side.
And he does. And like I said, I've never really seen Ed West, the super submission guy, but I've seen him get out of some phenomenal holds that were on him.
Well, he definitely is a very slippery guy with that build.
Oh, absolutely. Very limber guy, too, as you can kind of tell out there with those high kicks that he's throwing out there. Oh, you can hear that over here.
Well, Carlos Ortega, his top. Carlos Ortega's got a big chin. We've seen it tested many times.
A little bit of toe stomping. That's very annoying out there when you're trying to get position there.
Well, it can wear away on the feet, and you need those to move, Tom.
That's right. I'm walking around right now with a broken foot. It ain't fun.
No. Well, right now, Ed West seems to be getting better of the exchanges, even in the body lock, where I thought Carlos Ortega would win the fight.
Well, you know what? Like I said, Carlos Ortega has to take Ed West down. And for some reason, he's not really trying to. Now, maybe he feels like, took some shots there to the head there.
Well, even before, when I thought Carlos Ortega had taken too much damage, he's always been able to pull fights out.
Now, is it me or is it Carlos Ortega? Does it look like he's blinking there a little bit? You think maybe he's got some sweat in his eyes or maybe a finger in the eye? Oh, and Carlos Ortega taking it to him in the last 10 seconds. Oh, Ed West running around. Oh, and the crowd did not like that at all. And you can tell why.
That brings up Aaron and Gina.
Tom, as technical as Carlos Ortega is, you saw him bringing that street brawling style back there in the end of the round, and Ed West didn't want to trade with that.
Well, you know, to give Ed West his due, Ed West is a clown out there, and he likes to clown with the audience and stuff like that. That running away certainly wasn't cowardice. It was just showmanship. He was just kind of playing around. Now, he heard the crowd boo. He's not going to do it again. He's going to go out there and get mean now, I think.
Well, you're not going to face Carlos Ortega in there. The guy's been around a long time.
Our next show is March 18th at Portsmouth Barrel Casino.
All right. Got the whistle to go back to work here.
Tom.
Yeah, he's blinking. He got a finger in the eye or something.
Yeah, he got a finger in the eye.
This left eye is swollen pretty good there.
Yeah, he definitely.
Or he might have just got it taut. He's blinking. You can see him.
Tom, I think he took a finger.
Oh, that was a heck of a background kick. And now Ed's got his confidence back, and he's going at him with some tricky stuff. Watch the spinning back kick. Here it comes again.
Well, it looks like Carlos
He's setting
Ortega.
it up. It looks like he's setting it up.
Looks like Carlos Ortega could be bleeding a little bit.
Oh, he's definitely bleeding, all right. Watching it live here. Oh, but Carlos Ortega brings it back, and Ed West salutes him.
Well, training with a guy like Gabe Rivas, you know he can throw big, Tom.
That's right. Well, of course he can. And you know what? The guy's got, flying knee to the head.
And I'll tell you, those instructors down there at Arizona Jiu-Jitsu have a lot of experience, and if Carlos can get this fight to the ground, look for Carlos to finish it there.
Oh, absolutely. But you know what? He hadn't even really attempted to take him down. I don't know why. I can't imagine why he wouldn't stand up with a guy like Ed West with that reach. I mean, look at him. I mean, why would you do that? Carlos is making a mistake, I think, unless he takes it down. He needs to take this fight to the ground and show us his skills.
Ed West is showing why he's a talented fighter right now, using a lot of movement and a lot of finesse out there. Ed West has a lot of skills.
Well, that's right. Now, not to get me wrong, I would love to see Carlos Ortega come out and win this fight standing up, but you know what? I really think he needs to get this thing on the ground and show us what he's got on the ground.
Yeah, Ed West clearly has more physical skills on the stand-up. He's a very slick guy. He's a good athlete.
Yeah, we got a timeout. Mouthpiece out of Ed West. Okay, resume the fight here. Here we go.
Ed West could be fatigued here. I can't tell.
Yeah, when the mouthpiece comes out like that, that's a sure sign that he's fatiguing now. Could have been knocked out or something like that too, but
Carlos Ortega landed that big overhand right, and he's starting to land some Muay Thai to the legs there, some kicks.
That's right. And Carlos Ortega is starting to wear down on Ed West. You can see him breathing out of his mouth there a lot more.
I think Carlos Ortega is working his game plan.
Oh, it's a couple of good jabs there. Something you don't see a lot in cage fight. It's a good straight jab like he was throwing out there. That's some of that good boxing training he's had out here in Tucson.
You can see why Ed West is a champion. He's fighting just as tough as anybody we've seen tonight.
That's right. You know, there's been a lot of experienced fighters that said they were going to go out there and beat up Ed West and then come out there with a loss on their record because they underestimated Ed West. And he's a very talented fighter.
Tom, do you maybe see Ed West playing possum here, maybe acting fatigued where he actually has some in reserve? He's playing possum.
He's working everything he can. I don't really think he's playing possum, but he's relaxed and he's conserving energy when he needs to conserve energy. He knows he can't strike one after another and keep it up. So he's going to lay back a little bit. And I think that's all he's doing. 10 seconds left in this one. Oh, and Carlos Ortega, last 10 seconds, taking it to him again.
Those leg kicks are going to add up. Tom, those leg kicks from Carlos Ortega have to add up in the next round on Ed West.
They are, but I don't know if he's going to have enough to put it in there and really make an effect in this fight tonight.
Look for Carlos Ortega in the third round, I think, to get the clinch into the fence and go to the ground from there. That's my prediction.
What? That's what I would expect him to do. Now, Gabe Rivas is over there coaching him, and Gabe does not like to go to the ground.
Well, Gabe might be over there encouraging him to keep it on his feet and go for the knockout because that's what Gabe Rivas does.
Well, if that's what he's saying, I'm thinking that's a mistake. No offense to Gabe, but you know what? I would think that would be a mistake. I'm thinking ground game here, and he's going to have to do it, and he's got 3 minutes to do it.
Well, Tom, even if it is a mistake, I'm not going to be the one to go over there and tell Gabe Rivas that.
Well, I'll go tell them if I need to, but you know what? It's their fight. You got to let them do it. And maybe they got a plan, and they could certainly prove me wrong here real fast.
The Arizona Jiu-Jitsu guys look to take this fight to the third round. Believe me.
Oh, there's no doubt about it that they're prepared to go the distance on any fight that they get into.
Ed West looking to turn up the wick here in the third round, turning it up. Using a lot more movement, a lot more speed and power.
That's right. This looks like just a real good kickboxing match here. We haven't seen very little clinching. We've seen no ground game whatsoever by either of the two fighters.
No, Ed West has elevated for this third round. Carlos Ortega needs to answer like the champion that he is.
That's right. You know, two great fighters, a lot of heart out there, folks. When you get into the third round in a fight against a young, talented opponent, it starts to hurt just to breathe.
Tom, I can't believe this fight. I'm so entertained. I almost can't even commentate this one. This is a great fight. This is Carlos Ortega's opening right here.
Yeah, but see, I just don't see him going for any kind of taking us down. That was a splendid back roundhouse. But you know what? It's not enough. Oh, maybe that is. You know what? If nothing else, this is an entertaining fight.
Oh my goodness. Not a lot of damage exchanging there, but a lot of fatigue from these two fighters.
That's right. You know, we sit out here and we say not a lot of damage, but you know, Carlos Ortega's bleeding and Ed West is tired. You can't tell me that any of those punches are easy to take, because trust me, they're not. Oh, straight kick to the face. Now that's very dangerous.
We got two warriors out there, Tom. Two warriors.
That's right. Carlos Ortega bleeding bad in the face right now. But he's going to take it in close. Still bringing it to Ed West. You got to give it. These guys are champions. You know, this is absolutely the fight of the night. I can't believe it. This is phenomenal.
Too close to call.
To see a guy that much shorter than Ed West to go out there and go toe-to-toe with him, amazing. Amazing.
Well, Carlos Ortega sure isn't afraid of that reach. He's staying in the hole.
Oh, he is, and he's going in there. And, you know, in order for Carlos Ortega to get in there to get his kicks in there, and he was kicking to the face, and against an opponent that's much higher than he is,
Well, Ed
You
West,
got to get in real close to do that.
Ed West is throwing that front kick like Semi Schilt. He gets that front kick up there very high.
And he's very effective with it. And, you know, it may not land directly, but when it gets up there, any foot in your face is going to hurt. Well, even if you're walking into it.
Ed West, that's very frustrating when Ed West throws that long front kick to keep a guy away, because it ensures that his opponent cannot strike him.
That's
very
right.
effective.
It's kind of like an uppercut. Coming up. Oh!
Great strategy. Ed West just got his mouthpiece knocked out there.
10 seconds. This is a war. This is a war. And here we come. Carlos Ortega going to take it to him. Ladies and gentlemen, you are seeing the light heavyweight champion, and they're still going.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, my God.
I can't believe
What a
this.
fight. Outstanding. Carlos Ortega with a lot of energy there, a lot of excitement. Quite a little bit upset by the late punches, but you know what? There's a lot of heart going on in that cage right now.
I don't think any of those guys heard the bell. I don't think they cared. Both of them wanted to determine a champion and a winner of that fight, and they wanted to win this
Well,
fight.
I know Carlos Ortega very well, and I know that if he heard the bell, he would have stopped it. You know what? He got a lot of shots to the head. I'm sure his head's ringing right now, so he probably heard bells, you know, in the first round. He's been hearing them the whole time. So, folks, certainly not a character flaw there from Carlos Ortega. Just heat of the moment is what I'm going to call that.
Tom Roden, there's going to be a rematch to this one. These guys aren't done. This isn't settled.
Absolutely. Win, lose, or draw. Both these guys here, they're champions, and we couldn't have picked a better fight here at Desert Dome Casino, Tucson, Arizona, to end our night. It's been a spectacular evening out here, folks, and we're having a good time. And guy out there cleaning up a lot of blood out there. Unfortunately, here we go. What do we got?
Your winner by unanimous decision, fighting out of the blue corner, Ed West.
Ed West, folks.
Tucson, Arizona.
Wow. Tom, as you can hear the emotion in the crowd.
Yeah, definitely. Ed West here with Katrina with the post-fight interview.
You kept it going all 3 rounds there. Did you plan to go into this fighting and have a standing
Hey, whether you like it or not, at least you showed up, right? Keep going, as long as you're here. Hey, before we go, I trained very hard for this fight. And you Carlos was a good fighter, a tough guy. So I trained very hard for this fight. I want to thank Tucson Judo. I want to thank Star Plus Boxing. I want to thank Boxing Inc. My sponsors, Raymond Scissors, David Fitzmore, my chiropractor, everybody who helped me train for the fight. Carlos is no slouch, man. He's good. I trained very hard for this fight. That's it. Oh, and Mom, I love you. Thank you so much.
Our next show is March 18th over at Fort McDowell Casino. For everyone here arranged in the cage, thank you once again, folks, for coming out. We'll see you next time.
All right, folks. Tom, the Wild Man Roden, here at Desert Dome Casino in Tucson, Arizona. I'm with Sonny, the Taxman,
Hornbeck.
Hornybecker.
Give a special thank you out to World
The Taxman, Sonny Hornbeck.
Oh, I
Tom.
thought it was Hornybeck.
I've been called a lot of things.
All right, well, folks.
Time out. Okay. This started lead. Welcome to. Okay, well, we got the cage, got some lights.
Oh, okay.
Do the same thing over. You hear it all right? You got a good battery? Good tape?